Hello, my name is Paul Crowe and I teach construction law at the University of Salford. I've only got 5 minutes to talk, so I'm going to have to be very quick. I'm going to talk about current mechanisms I use to deliver my teaching, electronic mechanisms I've implemented as part of the FDOL module, and things that I'd quite like to implement in the future. The primary mechanism I use to deliver material to students is Blackboard, and Blackboard includes a number of tools or mechanisms, or whatever you want to call them really. One that I use quite a lot is announcements. Announcements basically is me communicating to students information. In addition, there's Blackboard Collaborate, which we'll talk about in a bit. There's the discussion board, a glossary, so I could put terms in and define those for students, so we can have agreed a shared understanding of particular terminology. Turnitin UK assignments, so obviously for the summative assessments, so they can provide the information to me, and it can go through Turnitin, which is a different software again to check for plagiarism. Wikis use more as part of system module to the one I teach on, or to one I teach on 3 modules. Okie dokie. In future, in Blackboard, I intend to use blogs, discussion boards, journals, and tasks, just something to create a bit more interaction with the students online. Very quickly, we've got Blackboard Collaborate, which is the online system to deliver lectures or sessions with the students. Collaborate Plan or Illuminate Plan is the system that we use to set the lecture up before the session. So for example, if we're going to do quizzes, you can set your quizzes up beforehand, or web tours, or whatever you feel like doing really. But it takes about as long as the session to set it up, so it does take time. But it's worth doing because it makes the session more interactive for students. I use that quite a lot really. I've used it quite a lot over the last few years. This is what the session looks like when I deliver it. I try to get the students to do things like write on the screen, or do things a bit more interactive really. If I just talk at them, they get bored, and so I try to make it as interactive as I can really. Okay. Doing interactive stuff is, for example, if you ask them a question, there's like a chat box where they can come back with responses. Doing it in relation to that's quite good, it works quite well. Writing on the screens more suited to smaller class sizes, like some of my class sizes are like 70, so it's a bit more difficult doing it with them. Okie dokie. The great thing about the Collaborate is that you can record the sessions, and I've done that quite a lot. It's great because I can reuse stuff that I've done, and I can also reuse, like for example, we get guest speakers to the universities. I've arranged a couple to come to the university that perhaps would only come once every 5 years, so I can record them and recycle that and give that to the students again and again and again, and they get the benefit of that great speaker without actually attending the event, perhaps because they hadn't started their studies yet. One great tool that I see for sharing information, and I've done this recently after consideration of the FDOL module, pulling information from YouTube, which was quite good really. I think the students quite like it. So rather than me just talking at them, I said, well, why don't we just see what such and such says, and I pulled this YouTube video out and played it to them. The students, I think they enjoyed it. Another thing that I'm trialling, obviously, is me putting stuff onto YouTube, and thirdly is students actually doing presentations on YouTube so they can watch it afterwards and share the information. I'm just quickly flicking up the slides from those YouTube videos. They're a bit more simpler than what the students give to me, so you don't know who they are, or nobody does if they see this video on YouTube. One great way forward I can see for my teaching is a MOOC. Yes, I'm definitely interested in doing a MOOC. We're definitely ready for doing it, but I suppose it's a senior management decision, and I can see benefits in relation to the system. We could definitely provide the information free of charge. We can open license information, something we can do, provided that I'm not just providing information with no benefit to myself or the university. And open format, yes, this is stuff that we already do. And open software, the general rule of thumb is that when I provide information, students have got to be able to open it and have access to it from anywhere in the world. Just very quickly, I work as part of a team, so anything that I implement, I would implement by agreement with the teams. For example, there's no point in me doing something and somebody doing something on a system module which isn't aligned. So for example, having 10 different Twitter accounts for a course, it wouldn't make sense, would it? I'm quite into LinkedIn. I'm talking about using LinkedIn to create communities at the moment. One of my peers is into Twitter. He's talking about creating communities for Twitter. Well, it's a part of our team, so we're a bit of negotiation there. Thought about Facebook, but I'm not happy about using Facebook in that I believe it would be a bit stressful for the students. Google Plus, definitely using that with the students next year as part of teamwork. Press, I like the system, but I just want to see it experimented with a bit more in the future before I trial it. Okay, and in the future, I think the most exciting opportunity for me is Half-Life. Things so students can practice these scenarios in a safe environment, and I think it's the most exciting thing in relation to what I do. I just need the software. It'd be a great idea. I need the software and the time.